Hi, Tim Vandersloot here. Over the last few weeks, I've been spending a lot of time doing reference material research on the internet. And as I was doing all this, I was like, I know what I'm doing, but maybe some of you would like to know how I go about selecting the images I use for reference material. And so while I was sitting at the computer the other day, I went ahead and recorded a screen capture of what I look for in good quality reference images. So let's check this out. So I have found myself doing a lot of reference image searches, and I thought maybe I'd share what I'm looking for while I do searches on the web. So here we are at Google, and let's do a search for goldfinch. Alright, you go over and click on the Images tab, and get over to the images. Now, there's lots and lots of beautiful pictures and stuff that you can use for reference images, but they're not all created equal. When we start looking through the images, right here down at the bottom, there is the pixel dimensions of the photo itself. So if we click on it, we can see right here just how large it truly is. Now, when it comes to reference images, you want the largest numbers that you can possibly get, all right? The greatest resolution is basically what that's telling you. Now, the picture itself looks very nice. But with these dimensions, the picture is very small. And it's going to be very hard to pull lots of detail out once you've found your images and you've saved them off to your hard drive or wherever you're going to save them. And you open them up to look at them. Perhaps you're going to print some of them off. For me, I like to get really good, high-quality reference images. And for certain aspects, say I need an eye, or I need an ear, or I need a profile, something like that, I will find a very large image, and then I will print it off on a really inexpensive photo paper, so I get a gloss, crisp image that really accepts the ink well and doesn't absorb like your common copy paper will. So I get as crisp an image as possible. Now, when using a low-resolution image like this, and all you got to do is hover over it, and it will tell you the dimensions right down here in the corner. All right? So the larger the number, the better it is. Now we come over here to something like this, and it's 1920 by 1200. This, once it loads, this is going to be a very good, high-quality reference image for you to use. And you can go in and you can crop the image. Let's say we're going to save this one off here, and I'll just save it right off onto the desktop for an example. All right, so we get a nice high-quality reference image. Now in Windows, you're going to do the same thing in Previewer or Preview, whatever it's called. On a Mac, the same thing. Just click on the image and it pulls it up. It's really big. All right, this gives you the ability to then, if you want just a close-up of the eye, you can go in, select it, say crop it to that, just so you have that. And then when you go to your print, to save that off, there's plenty of room here to make it fit on the image, on the paper really well. So you go through your print settings and print that off, and the resolution is high enough that you can print it on a full sheet and still have really high quality reference material for you. And that's what you're looking for. If you were to do the same thing on a really low resolution image, say like this, we'll save this one off, and open it up, what we get is this little tiny image here, okay? See, it doesn't really fill anything up. It's super small. Now, we can zoom in, and maybe this will show us exactly what's going on if we zoom in here. This is called pixelation of the image. As we get bigger and bigger and bigger into the graphic, and we zoom in, all these edges right here, these are pixels, and this image is pixelated. And that is not going to give us a really good image when we try to print it out. Now, as far as general reference, having lots of different angles and lots of different views of your subject, having it at the regular, even these small images, they will show you something. But if you're looking for high quality reference and you're trying to zoom in and do it, it's not going to be good for you. See how large this is? It's super easy to pull detail off of this. And, even when we zoom in, we're starting to see the pixelation right here, but look how much bigger it is. All right, so that's what I look for when I'm collecting reference images for my documents. I'll just do a regular Google search or search on, sometimes I go to the different search engines like Yahoo or whatever, just to see if they have a different selection of images. And sometimes their algorithms are different, so they'll pull up different images first. So that allows me to go in here and just hover over the image, see how big it is. If you like it, go ahead and preview it. Once it loads, you can see the dimensions of the image right there. The larger the number, the better. Plain and simple. Go out, grab it. If it looks fuzzy right here in the preview, and I don't know if I can find one real quick, if it looks fuzzy when you're looking at it in this preview mode, all right, if it's fuzzy, it's always going to be fuzzy. That's because the image, when it was taken, the camera was not in focus. So take your time and make sure it looks good in preview. Then go ahead and save it off, do what you're going to do. And as long as you got a crisp image with the highest numbers possible, with the resolution possible by those numbers, you will have good high-quality reference images for your projects. All right, that's it for this. I'm going to take off. If you enjoy it, give me a thumbs up. Share this video with others. Get the word out. Come over and find me on Google+. I'm always posting there, or come over to carvingonwood.com for more information about this and a bunch of other stuff related to power relief carving and power carving in general. All right.